I've got bad news for the West Virginia Mountaineers and the Big 12. You might as well pack it up and quit. Stop playing football. Just do it now. Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm Joy Foster. Welcome in to the Voice of College Football, West Virginia style. We come at you nearly every day with live shows, videos, things like that. Thanks for popping in. Be sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Like this video, comment on this video. Let me know what you think when I'm done here. Hey, listen, Jimbo Fisher, right? Good old Mountaineer himself. So Jimbo Fisher has come out and made a statement a few days ago, and I've not got to address it yet. I'm going to address it with you now. And I'm not going to read the whole statement. I'm just going to scan through it here. But here's what he says. He says, here's what's happening. All your mid-majors and some of your not mid-majors, he said, I'm going to say some of your ACC, Big 12, and Old Pac-12, all those leagues, they're becoming glorified junior colleges. Really? I don't know that I agree with that. Then he goes on to talk about Patrick. He says, how about Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech? Would he have ever stayed at Texas Tech? Yeah. Jimbo, he would have. He would have stayed at Texas Tech. Why? He didn't need the money. His dad's in Major League Baseball. You know, they have plenty of money. I don't think that Patrick Mahomes would have been chasing dollars. I think he would have stayed at Texas Tech. I think it's where he wanted to play. Look, are there players that chase money? Absolutely. We've had a few at West Virginia. And I think every Mountaineer will tell you, hey, Miami stole a great player from us. You're one of NIL. We weren't ready for that. We did not have anything in place to be able to hold on to players, and we lost some players, right? We've lost players to Miami. We've lost players to Georgia. We've lost players to Alabama. But guess what? We've gained some players from those teams, too. Everybody forgets about that. Everybody looks, well, you're taking our best players. Well, hey, we're taking some pretty good players ourselves. We got a couple of really good shutdown corners coming from Northwestern this year at WVU. We have a good player from Ohio State coming in too, right? Hey, look, you can look at this any way you want to, but I don't think that NIL is going to ruin college football. Not in my opinion. Here's what I'm thinking. NIL, as it grows and gets better, we're going to be able to hold on players. We've seen that after the bowl game last year. We were all scared. Here's what's our biggest concern, right? We said, are we going to be able to hold on to C.J. Donaldson and Jaheim White? How about Garrett Green and Nico Marchio? We were so worried as fans that we were going to lose them because of NIL. What happened after the Duke's Mayo Bowl last year if we won it? All of a sudden, the Twitterverse starts putting out all this stuff. Hey, C.J. Donaldson has signed an NIL deal with West Virginia to play next year. Jaheim White has signed an NIL deal to play at West Virginia next year. Garrett Green, Nico Marchio. Now look, Nico's a 4-star quarterback. He's a great quarterback. He could probably start for a lot of teams this year. There's quite a few teams that need a quarterback. He could have transferred. He didn't. Here's what I know about West Virginia, and I think most Mountaineers will agree with me. If you bring a player here to West Virginia, and they learn your culture, and they learn about your program, and they learn about your history, they get excited. They want to play for this school. They want to play for the state. And that's what's exciting about it. It's not about the money. I don't believe it is. Now, are there some players that could use some money? Yes. But do we have an NIL in place that can keep those players? Yes. Look, I'm sure that C.J. Donaldson could have transferred if he wanted to, right? But we had the money to keep him in place. Had the money to keep Nico Marchio in place, even though he could have probably left him started somewhere else, probably at a Power 5 school, definitely a Group of 5 school, but probably a Power 5 program he would have been starting for. So I don't believe that NIL is that big of a problem. Now, is it going to be at some point? Hey, if they don't get a hold of this thing and calm this transfer portal down a little bit, yeah, I think it's going to become a problem, but not just for West Virginia. I think it's just going to become a problem all the way across the board. Look at Clemson right now. Dabo, I did an interview with Pigskin Pete the other day. We haven't posted it on this channel We are going to post it over on the Clemson channel, so be sure you can see that. But I did an interview with Pigskin Pete. He's a Clemson fan. If you guys watch him, he's pretty awesome. And we talked about Dabo Swinney, and I laid out this comparison: Dabo Swinney versus Deion Sanders. Dabo Swinney, since 2019, has not even tried to transfer portal much. This year, he took two players, right, out of the transfer portal. That's it, two. And since 2019, Dabo has lost like 53 players to the transfer portal. Hey, Deion Sanders, just this year at Colorado, brought in 53 transfers. Now listen, these are fantastic players. Here's what's happening though. They're not going to be able to gel as a team fast enough, and there's none of them going to look good. They're just not. I mean, they've got the quarterback that's Deion's son, right? And he's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, and he's going to be fine. I think they got some receivers in place. Here's the problem: you're bringing in all these players out of the transfer portal. That's your offensive lineman. That's your left tackle that's protecting that quarterback, right? He's got to know what everybody's doing. The center has to learn everything and know where to call people out to get their blocks. You can't build a team from a transfer portal. I'm sorry. It can't be done. You can build a football team that's not a team. You have a bunch of good players out there chasing the ball around. But that doesn't mean they're a team. So they're not going to be able to work together. The quarterback's got to be on the same page with the receivers. The quarterback's got to be on the same page with the offensive line, the running backs, and that left tackle or the right tackle, right? Imagine somebody coming around the edge and that left tackle, he's not on line with the guard beside of him. I mean, he thinks the guard's going to pull behind him and pick up that blitzer. They gotta work together. They gotta gel together. They gotta become a team. They're not a team right now. So I worry about Colorado. I think they're hurting themselves. That's what happened to Kansas, guys. If you don't believe me, go back and look. Kansas started using the transfer portal a long, long, long time ago. And they started bringing in players out of the transfer portal and trying to build a team out of it. And that's what took them down the bad path, right? That's what made Kansas fall apart. You got to remember, in 2007, Kansas was number 2 in the country, right? And by 2010, they were completely off the map. We didn't hear anything about Kansas anymore until here recently, because they started going into the portal and pulling players out of the portal and building a program out of it. And back then, when you did that, you lost scholarships. You had to trade off scholarships. It was real confusing. It was real crazy, but it hurt you. It really hurt you. And that's what happened to Kansas. They never could build a team. You see what I'm saying? They never could build a team. They had a bunch of good players. Kansas had some great players over the past, but they couldn't build a team with those players. That's what's going to happen to Deion at Colorado. So, is NIL going to kill West Virginia in the Big 12? No. No. We can keep up. Players want to play. That's the bottom line. They want to play. It helps if they can have a little bit of change in their pocket too, right? They want a little jingle in their pocket when they're walking around, and that's what we can give them. That's what every Big 12 team can give them. Now, I know some NIL collectives and stuff are struggling right now in the ACC, in the Big 12, stuff like that, but don't mean that they can't turn it around and get going. They'll follow a model that's working. West Virginia University's model is working. They're doing a great job with their NIL collective. They're able to secure some players. They're able to secure all these basketball players. By paying attention to our basketball team and what DeVries is doing there, doing an amazing job pulling in some great players. And NIL is helping with that. So I'm excited. I am very excited about West Virginia football right now. I'm really excited about the Big 12. I'm not worried about us becoming a junior college. Sorry, Jimbo. I love you, brother, but I'm not worried about that. I think it will be fine. Hey, tell me what you think in the comments section. Let me know. I appreciate everyone coming in, tuning into the video today, and we will see you next time. Hey, listen, before we go, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Tony Creedy will be on this channel on Frank Fears and Coach Greg Christ and Mickey Plumley's show called Mountaineer Locker Room Then and Now. So Tony Creedy's going to come in and be with Frank Fear and them tomorrow night. Be sure you tune into that. You don't want to miss that and stuff. And then on Thursday night, we have our Big 12 show with me and Shane. Friday night is West Virginia Live with Shane. And so everyone be sure and come and support us. We appreciate you. We love you. We will talk to you later.